Hey guys, and welcome back. So this will be my third addition to my process of cellaring my pipe tobacco. First video I showed some of the new tobacco that I was adding to my cellar. That is some Baren tobacco. The latest video I went through how I'm dating the tins and how I'm organizing everything. And I also talked a little bit about my goal and vision for cellaring pipe tobacco. So go back and watch those two videos if you haven't already. And I also think, yes, I have one video showing my current tobacco cellar that goes some weeks back, so I have been adding to it since then. So for today's video, we're going to go through the process about vacuum sealing the tins, plastic vacuum sealing the tins. Because I came to the conclusion, especially with the square tins that I have laying around here, that goes for, like, let's say Virginia Flake or Captain Blue. The square tins in particular are known to, over time, to have the tendency to actually lose its vacuum seal or pop, so to speak. The round tins, not so much. But take it with a grain of salt, guys, because I've seen square tins with 20 plus years on them with no issue. The whole reason why I'm actually gonna do this is because I'm gonna store my tobacco for 10 plus years. And when you're investing a decent amount of money into this, you want to take good care of your cellar. So this is just an extra precaution that I've decided to go and take, and I would recommend that you do the same, especially with your square tins. Plus, I find it kind of satisfying to do this, so it's not an issue for me, and it's really not so costly. I recently just went to a local shop and bought this very cheap vacuum sealer that you can use to vacuum seal your food. That is what it's made for. And inside you can put a roll of plastic and you can work like this. And I started using up this roll, and now I went and bought these pre-cut sheets, so to speak, and we will see how that goes. So I will just take you through the process how I'm doing this. So already the tins have been dated, so I know when the tobacco is produced. And the good thing about the plastic is that I can just see through that and be able to keep track of the age on the tobacco. So what I have laying around here is Virginia Flake from Baren. It is Blue Capstan. It's Classic Flake, Vanilla Flake. It is Navy Flake, Yellow Capstan, more of the same, and we have some HH, Pure Virginia, more Blue Capstan, more HH, some Burley Flake HH, some old Dark Fired. That's more or less it. And let's see when we're gonna end this video, but let's at least get started with the process. So the vacuum seal is ready to go. Let's see what we got, because yeah, it's the last thing. And storing wise, I'm putting everything into a plastic bag like this, and up until now I have been sealing them 2 and 2 with the same date on it, and it just goes down to this, and this will be only for my square tins. So it takes up a little bit more space after you vacuum plastic seal those, but yeah. And as I mentioned in the last video, the thinking is that when you're vacuum sealing it, the plastic will fit around snug and tight and will keep pressure on the lid and hopefully aid in the tin not losing its seal. Plus, if the tin would eventually leak, the plastic around it will still be vacuum sealed. So you have like a two barrier method. If one fails, the other one is still sealed. And if the plastic over time loses its seal, you can just re-vacuum seal that. Anyway, so I'm trying to fit 2 tins in at a time. Also, I've heard people giving the tip that you could wrap the square tins in tin foil first, because when that wraps around and you vacuum seal it, it's even tighter. But then you lose your ability to see through the plastic, and you have like a blind tin. Then you would have some other method of writing outside of the plastic. But I think it's quite appealing to look at your tins through the plastic from time to time. So I would rather have it done that way. Excuse me. Anyways, let's get started. This is the smaller of the two I bought. So let's try to figure out how this could fit. So how can I go about it so you can actually see it? Maybe if we do like this. Okay, you'll be able to see me partially. Okay. The reason I have this in front of it is because otherwise it hangs down like this, and you would need more plastic. If you bring it up to level like this, you'll see in a second why that is a good idea. I'm thinking that here we have, I'm looking for tins with the same age on it. Classic flake from 6th of July 2024, and we have 2 of those, classic flake. And I think we can fit it in like this. I think this is actually perfect for 2 square tins, this size that I bought. Put it in like this, more or less. Not all the way to the edge. Then you open up this bad boy, and you fit the opening end into the vacuum chamber, so to speak. You press down, and then you press vac/seal. So it would first vacuum, and then it would seal it. Let's see how it works. And now it's sealing. And when the display says that it's not sealing anymore, then we're good to go. And there we go. Perfect. And then you can feel that it's vacuum sealed. And actually this piece of plastic fits way better than the roll that I had before, that I had to cut myself, because it was too tight on. It was like curling in the end, in both of the ends. So, and I can see the day through, and I can see what I have. Perfect. So that goes down here. Let's see. We have some HH of September 2023. Same date. Just take another sheet. It says on the instructions that comes with this vacuum sealer that after 30 minutes of continuous use, you should give it some resting time, because it can actually overheat. Let's bring it a little bit further to the top, so I'm like evening out space in the bag on each side, like this. Maybe let's bring you in for a close-up of this. Here we have it. You press back seal, and here we go. And now it's vacuumed, and then you have this seal thing showing that it's sealing. Let's try it again. And we're good to go. How satisfying is this, guys? 2 more of 29th of September 2023. So that is already 1.5 years, right? I think it is. Yeah, more or less 1.5 years. And I just bought these tins a few months ago, so they already had some age on it, which is perfect. And so please, guys, comment down below how you're going about storing and cellaring your pipe tobacco. Do you think this is overkill? Is this how you do it? Or please let me know. There we go. Sealing. The rounder tins actually is a little bit of a mess, because it is like when it's vacuuming, it is like crumbling the plastic sheet, centering it in the middle, and therefore you need a way bigger sheet so you have more waste, so to speak. And I was trying to vacuum seal the large 100-gram tins of all the golden sliced. Because it's so tall, you would have to use a way bigger sheet or a piece of plastic. And it feels a little bit like a waste, but we'll just have to see how that goes. If you're wondering what I paid, this vacuum machine, I just paid 300 Danish crowns. So that is like 50 bucks or something. And these sheets, a pack of 50. So this pack of 50 will get me to 100 square tins, which is a lot. And I paid 90 Danish crowns for that. So that is like 15 bucks or something. So it is not a big expense, because you don't have 1,000 tins. You might have 100 maybe, or even more. Okay, then we have some tins with not the same date. We'll see how we can go about it at the end. How can we do this? 2 tins of Old Dog Fired with August 2023. Perfect. In the US, where you have a lot of bulk tobacco, most of you guys are putting it in mason ball jars. And if you leave those and don't open it every week or every month, eventually when the tobacco starts curing and aging, it will actually seal so tight that it kind of gives a pop when you open it. It's funny, mason ball jars is not available in Europe at all. You cannot get those tins out. Let me show you what we can get. Excuse me. We more or less have 2 options available to us. This is how we airtight seal food in Denmark for cucumbers and jam or marmalade or whatever. And you can get these everywhere in different sizes. And this is an airtight, but it is not as airtight as a mason jar because the pressure is less here. But it's good to store tobacco in if you want to reach for it on occasion. So if you have a tobacco that you are smoking out of and you just want it to be fresh all the time, this is perfect. Then we have something that more or less reminds me of what you guys have. This is with the that you can screw the cap on, but we don't have that two-part lid. So we have a rubber seal in here that more or less makes it pretty tight. But the method that you have, where the seal is here with a two-part system, just maybe it's just because it looks cool. I don't know, but I would rather have that. But as I said, it is not available at all. But you're buying bulk tobacco in the U.S. and then I'm wondering if you should vacuum seal that I'm doing here. But I also heard that long-term storage of tobacco, where the tobacco is in direct contact with these plastic sheets, even though they are food grade, is not a good option. Then tins or glass is better. I think I'm not overheating this machine because I'm talking so much in between each seal. Looks good. I'm wondering how much pressure this bag is adding to the lid from the vacuum. I guess it's actually a decent amount. And then I'm also wondering how long this bag will stay, how long it can hold its seal. I mean, it is warming the plastic and kind of gluing it together, but I'm wondering for how long you think this will stay sealed. If it can last like this for 5 years, I'll be happy because I can just reseal those. Okay, then I'm forced to go start. Nice. Here we have a capstan from 16, and we have. Okay, we'll have to do those later because I only put one date on the whole stack here, so we have to date those. Oh, this is a birthday tin once again. I kind of forgot. Maybe it happened more times. 18th of March 2016, and we have 14. Okay, so we have 2 birthday tins here. Okay, perfect. Already 9 years on these already. So I can be enjoying these in, actually, these should be pretty aged already, 10 years. That is more or less the when I'm gonna enjoy the flakes. So let's just seal them up, but these can be enjoyed soon. And let's just, so this is a good example, guys, because this tin is very sealed. It's 9 years old. Yes, they are still sealed. Then we can go about how you should store these. Some people put these, put your tobacco away like, we are saying cellaring, but I don't think that you should put tobacco in your cellar or in your basement. You should store it in a climate controlled environment. That means I wouldn't put it up in my, how do you call it, on top of my house here, where it's moist and it's very hot in the summer and very cold in the winter. I would store it cool if I could, but controlled cool. And I don't have a place for this, so I'm storing it in room temperature around 20 degrees or 21 degrees, because inside the house in room temperature, the temperature is stable and it's not moist. You don't have any moisture, because these tins can rust over time if it is like sitting in a basement where you would have a lot of condensation. So don't put it in your cellar. I would store it inside. The perfect situation would be if you could have a cool place that was cool year round, like 15 degrees. But where do I have that? Yeah. Okay, let's seal this baby up. Captain, 9 years old. So, as I mentioned in the last video, what I'm focusing on right now is Baren tobacco, because you all heard the news, and it's already game over in the US because of the Sutliff situation. That means you're pretty much out of luck in the US. I've seen people online having luck finding tobacco laying around in stores and whatnot, and if you're lucky, you still have a chance to find something. But in Denmark and Germany, and Europe in particular, we are in a little bit of a better situation, because the factory in Svendborg, the original Baren factory, according to very reliable information, the original factory is already running with help from STG. So the marriage is already begun, but the factory will keep running for at least a year, maybe up to 2 years. So I'm guessing more or less like 1.5 years. So the original recipes and tobacco going out of the original factory will still be distributed into Germany and Denmark for at least a year and maybe up to 2 years. So we have that time frame to actually cellar. And then when STG takes over, I would prefer that my cellar from Baren was ready and done, because even the HH line that will be continuing partly in Germany and Capstan and everything else, when STG takes over, the recipes will change, guys, and I'm sure not to the better. Baren has their own way of doing everything, and even though I don't trust STG to care that much about Baren, that they're gonna do a good job taking over these blends. So for me personally, even though Baren is bought and will live on in a smaller scale, Baren for me is gone in 2 years, even though we will have blends that survive. But you know, it's not gonna be saying Baren company from Svendborg in a few years time. So okay, anyways, the video is probably 24 minutes, and I could be continuing, and in fact I will, but I'll have to do some dating of the next 10, so I guess I'll end the video here. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and be looking out for more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.